Alright. Hello, everybody. DV the Digital Hero here. Or as I used to go by, Donald V2, or just different things. Reason I'm kind of bringing up my old channel name. We also have the YouTube's DVFF Productions right now. Just trying to let all this information in because I am going to tell you all. Basically, this is going to be a new trailer. So that's kind of update, but this is going to be a trailer thing. As many of you may or may not know, I'm a gamer. Obviously, I play games, but it's more than that. It's because I've been playing games ever since I was small. And I've been small since, back when it was possibly new. When I was tiny itty bitty, I knocked out Glass Joe in one hit, when I was maybe 1 or 2. And that's when the game was newer. I was born in '89. The NES was basically done by the time I was growing up. I grew up with the Super Nintendo and NES stuff. But another reason I kind of bring this up, and I've been gaming ever since I remember. The first game I really remember playing was Sonic on the Game Gear. That's when my memory started forming and keeping. Basically, I don't remember anything before that. I remember getting Sonic for the Game Gear and a Spider-Man game for the Game Gear, and also a Tasmanian Devil game. I got those 3 games for the Game Gear. And that's my earliest memories I can actually remember. It's really weird, but those are literally the earliest memories I can remember. I think I got those for a trip to move. But yeah, the reason I bring up all this stuff about my childhood and stuff is because when I was maybe 7 or 8, in the years of 95, 96, 97, somewhere in that ballpark, I had 2 dreams that I wanted to have happen since I was young. Dream number 1 was I wanted to make games. I actually wanted to become a game dev. I was playing the games, it's I would love to make these as I grew up, or at least be involved in the development of games, even as a tester. Which I know that's technically a lot easier nowadays, but yes, I wanted to actually be a tester. Or just be involved in development, or just make my own games. And throughout a lot of my childhood, my brothers kind of actually helped me through that. Mostly my oldest brother. He helped me make characters, and we played D&D and different stuff like that. He helped me grow the characters. He helped me make them as try to make them a little bit more livable, and that's technically why I like the characters. And the characters kind of grew from there to when I was with my ex, which is with some of my older playthroughs that are on my YouTube still. I have not gotten rid of anything off my YouTube, except maybe a few things here and there I forget, but most of the stuff on my YouTube is still there from day 1, which was back in 2008. And people, this is going to Twitch and YouTube as my trailer, but since I was since the beginning of my video making days back in 2008, I started all those videos. Long story short, but halfway through those, I also made a bunch of videos with my ex. I'm not getting rid of those because I kind of beat a couple games to that, Portal 1, Portal 2, and Turtles for the PlayStation. There was a bunch more games, but they never got released because there was a whole story arc with them. It just never happened. But you can see through those videos, you could definitely see that there was characters and stuff we were building, and this was a continuation of those characters that were there. And even to this day, I still want to make the world of my characters. But it's also not the biggest thing I'm trying to actually state here. The second dream I had, and again, keep in mind, this is back in the day where the most recent system was probably the Super Nintendo, maybe the N64, and PlayStation were trying to come out at this time. But mostly, the most recent system was, to me at least, was the Super Nintendo at the time. So I made a little goal. And the goal was simply this. I want to beat every game. Ever. Really stupid goal, especially nowadays, I'm sure, but I still kind of want to actually do that goal. But I've actually changed it because I actually want video proof of me beating every game. That's technically why, like, the 113 challenge, like, the fact that I've spent like 13, 14 years on this platform, on, like, the internet, I've only beaten 113 games. I want to double that immediately because of, like, this. And things have gotten in the way throughout my entire life. Small things like just life in general, work, when I used to work. Let's see. Just random stuff. Fact that, like, for a good chunk of time, we lost internet. Like, there's a huge gap between when we stopped making when we stopped making videos with me and my ex, and then, like, we continued again, like, much later. There's a huge gap there because we lost internet. 100%. Just, it was gone. Which is another reason why those videos disappeared. For that one big thing is because those videos were supposed to be uploaded, like, right away. I was going to keep uploading those and editing them, but they got deleted because it was 40 gigs worth of videos or more. And we didn't have a jump drive to put those on, nor money to buy a jump drive to put those on. So it was, like, hard to keep moving them and stuff. And, like, from a computer to computer and all that stuff. And they got in the way, and we just eventually deleted them because they thought that, also at that time, we were kind of changing timelines. So we thought the events of that just weren't going to happen anymore. So basically, long story short, I want to try to beat every video game, or at least all the ones I can. It's going to be impossible because there are over 1 billion games, or at least 1 million games. Or at least over, like, 1 to 10 million games. And that's actually true because I looked it up at one point. There's, like, and a lot of those might be repeats and stuff like that. Maybe if y'all actually want to help me be invested in this, maybe y'all can help me get a list of actual every single game. I do have a thing for this, the rest of this 113 games. I just want to use it as a last thing, but maybe actually starting soon. I might just start it just in case, just to make sure I actually get the last games. And if I get into a situation like some nights where I just can't actually work, like, on the system below, I could try to come up here and beat some of the old games that I hadn't beaten before. Like, the Going On game for the Konami collection, games I mentioned in this challenge video I made a long time ago, like X-Men 2 Clone Wars, X-Men Reign of Apocalypse, of Terra Core, which now I actually have a Steam version of that game, so that one's more doable. Star Trek Next Generation, Dead Rising, Papers, Please, Super Meat Boy, and just a whole bunch of other stuff that I started. Kingdom Hearts. Eventually go back to the Sword Art Online games because I started them. Puyo Puyo Tetris 2, Deadly Premonition, Undertale, Rayman Legends, Assassin's Creed, Lego Harry Potter, Pac-Man Party, and just a whole bunch of other ones, especially Metroid Fusion, Hybrid Heaven, Breakdown, and Half-Life. Those ones I really want to get back to because, like, I was, like, halfway through those games and it kind of pissed me off that I lost the footage for those. I wish I could find the footage for those, like, 100%. Because if I could, then 100% I would just continue uploading them. Half-Life was actually almost done, but it was never finished. But Hybrid Heaven, Breakdown, Metroid Fusion for sure, and even Metroid Zero Mission were all done. So it really pisses me off that we lost that footage. There's so many games were just almost done. We could have done it. But again, problems arose because we lacked internet. Like we found a loophole at that time when we started uploading them that the phone's mobile hotspots were able to work. But then the company caught on to mobile hotspots and just made that impossible to get, especially on the lower plans. And so it was really stupid. It was also really stupid about other things. So that is why that it's taken me so long to do all this over the years. And of course, as a kid back in 2008, I didn't know what I wanted to do yet. I just was playing games that I thought I wanted to play and cover because they had like an impact in my life somehow, like Castlevania 64, Peacekeepers, WarioWare. WarioWare was kind of an interesting one because I almost beat it at Walmart. Again, I'm on my YouTube. I'm going to have. I don't know why I'm doing this. I just like talking with my hands. On my YouTube, I have reorganized all the old playthroughs, so now it's easy to go in and watch those old series. It's even like a whole thing there. So just check that out. If you're watching this on YouTube, you should check out my Twitch because I'm going to be streaming there a lot more now that we have good internet again. And yeah, so the biggest thing I wanted to point out in this is that I have a goal, and it's to try to beat every game. That is the goal that I want to get out there. Also make games. Those two goals are kind of things. If you want to see, like, using this video, you can comment down below in this video. And I would love the comments to actually tell me what you all want, because there's just a lot of stuff you all can tell me. One, with these videos, would you like me to make them more character oriented, like to actually develop and show off all the characters I've come up with over the years? Like DV, Jet, Midnight, Claire, Xena, and other ones that I could do voices for. I'll be doing voices and stuff for them, and maybe eventually, if somehow I get lucky enough, maybe I could actually get like either Popper VTuber stuff or just PNG tuber stuff, and I could like mix and match the characters and like have them dance around the screen and like do little things. Have little things pop up. If I can ever figure out how to do that and get the assets for it, I might need help for that too. So if you can help with that in any way, also very useful. Two, kind of forgot what I was going to say mostly for this. Would you just like me to try to keep up with these challenges? I could do like another idea for a challenge for next year was I could do like 200 games based off of the 8 main game genres. Like, one moment. Like the 8 main game genres according to Steam. Or maybe we could all come up with our own official genres. I had 6, but technically the Steam has 8 top level genres: action, casual, adventure, RPG, strategy, simulation, racing, and sports. I don't know where fighting games fall into that category, because I feel fighting games are like the most more vastly different than a lot of other games. But I'm sure they're just a technical either genre or subgenre. But yeah, I could do 25 of each of those, which would equal 200 games a year. And that would keep me very focused on that. And also I could use the games I beat to try to make games out of. Who can say? Like, just use like information, stuff like that, like little bits to actually make games out of the stuff I beat. It all depends. right now, as far as the challenge goes, I'm not going to say that because this is going to just be a thing to be for the future. 3, just like maybe, I guess, suggestions for games to try to focus on. Thing is, RPGs take a long time to beat, so if I start to focus on RPG, there's going to be a lot of parts of very multiple hours. Looking at Sword Art Online for those, because those are long, and dear gosh, are they long. Very multiple hours to try to beat those games. Same with like Pokemon or any other series like that. Which, I mean, I was going to play Violet or Scarlet if I got the stuff for it, but that never happened. Good games though. So, anyway, there's probably other things I could ask or other things we could all talk about this process. Also, I know on Twitch I'm planning to do more game developer streams eventually, now that we have better internet. How would you all like to, would you all like that on YouTube? This is a good question I feel that needs to be asked. And just stuff like that. And yes, it's going to be a trailer for both things, and I hope you all watch and enjoy this, and I'm going to start uploading this as soon as I get done with this, so I guess see you all on the flip side. Just let me know if y'all are interested. I have a huge list of games downstairs I could play at any given time, plus I have a bajillion games on my computer. Also, I have 1,000 games off of the thing where you could it was a couple years ago where you got the 1,000 games if you donated $5 to help with a movement, I think. I don't remember what the movement was exactly, but I know it was for a big heated debate that was around that time a few years ago. So, but I got 1,000 games off of that. So, yeah. So I got a bunch of games to choose from, a bunch of different stuff. And, yeah. So, thank you all for watching. And I hope to see you all again throughout this process. If you want to see I have all the 113 game clear things on VODs right now. On a playlist, I have all the games that I beat beforehand on a playlist. I probably need to go make a couple more playlists though for stuff that was beaten technically on my on a group channel that I used to do. But besides that, everything else is pretty much in the clear. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful day. See ya.